Welcome to the Echo Sportscast Spotlight interview. Today we have Ken Pagan. How you doing, Ken?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Doing well, yeah. Busy post Canada Day. It's like 2 Mondays in 1 week, so it's been a little hectic and crazy running around, but good. Excited, loving the summer.
Yeah, it feels like Monday everywhere, but we're 2 days from Friday here.
Exactly. Another weekend, more baseball on the road.
So speaking of road trips, Kenny, you were here for the Dave Sad Annual. What'd you think of that tournament? I know you guys didn't make it into the semifinals or anything like that.
It was good to get up there. We ended up, myself and my friend Dave came up from Burlington. We joined a team of North Bay guys that they might have been short. I'm not sure how it was all thrown together, but I had come up last year with a team from Burlington, and same thing. We had a good team ready to go, and guys dropped out the last week, so we showed up there last year. We were short 8 or 9 guys, and we had to pick up players, so it wasn't ideal last year, but I wanted to get up again this year, so I was happy to Jacob reached out, just mentioned they were short a team, and then there was a team that was short players, so it worked out. It was a fun weekend.
Well, I should have introduced you better, saying that, how long did you work as the Nugget sports editor?
I was the sports editor 2004 to 2012, 9 years.
And very active in the sports community. You did a little bit of baseball coaching with, I think, Dave, eh?
Dave Lyle and John Whittet. Coached the Stingers team with John Whittet for a couple of years as well, and coached House League. Those were fun times. I remember a good road trip. I had the late Murray Mulvihill with me. He coached with us as well. We spent a Canada Day weekend in Toronto area for a tournament in Vaughan. Fun times.
Yeah, I coached with John and Murray as well, so those are great guys to have for sure. And you were very involved with hockey and other sports here in town. I think you probably held the record of how many nights a week that you played beer league.
Yeah, that streak is still going. I'm still going 4 or 5 nights a week, but yeah, while I was there, I played a lot of hockey, company league, Powassan, pick up on Thursday nights, Friday afternoons. So ball hockey, lots of ball hockey.
That's I know the men's league, as far as I know, actually has not come back. I know Graham Loyce is running the youth league, and they're really busy and doing a great job with Matt Pepin as well as helping out. But the men's league has been on hiatus, so there's nobody that's going to be able to chase your record for consecutive championships.
That's too bad. I was last time I made it up to North Bay in the summer was right before COVID. I think 2019. I went up just on a Thursday night. My old team was still playing, and got in a game, and it was fun. I felt old then, 2019, so a little bit older.
Well, you have some new sort of equipment on you. Didn't you get a hip replacement?
Yeah, so I can probably turn back the clock 10 years. I can wheel around pretty good now, but it's the day after is not that's probably not good if I do that. So I'd prefer probably to stay away from playing ball hockey regularly. It's what I do. I run around when I'm playing hardball, but it's hip replacement is not it's not ideal to be doing a lot of running.
Well, not on a hard surface and twisting and turning and all those things. You got to be careful now that you're an old man.
I noticed you've been have you been back to Cooperstown lately? Do you do that tournament still with the baseball guys? Was it Cooperstown that you guys going to in the States?
Yeah, we go every August. We're going back this year. I've been doing it every year since 2014. It's a tournament for 40 and over guys. We play a doubleheader every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Play at Doubleday Fields. We camp out at this campground right beside a baseball field. So it's the boys of summer every August. Although now we're all late 40s, early 50s, but we're still like kids sleeping in bunk beds and waking up playing baseball. So looking forward to that in the second week of August. 4 more weeks, 5 more weeks.
What would you say the state of, adult rec sport, I don't want to call it beer league anymore, but like, are you seeing the barn get restocked with the young players, or are they busy with their lives and they're not coming into it the same way that, because you've had a really long history of getting to watch and be part of these teams, and you've been an organizer, you're THL commissioner, all those teams you put together in ball hockey. Has it changed in how you can get people that want to play?
I think you're onto something there, because the league that I play in Burlington, I'm talking hardball, baseball. It's 30 and over. We used to have 8 teams. Now we're down to 5. And it's the same guys that we've been playing together for the last 10 years. In terms of hockey, same thing. Like, I play a lot of old timer. I play 35 and over league, but I get the call once in a while, and I answer the call at Tuesday night at 11 o'clock when team is short, and I'll show up and I'll be playing against, the 20-year-olds who are coming out of junior hockey or university or what have you. But I don't see a lot of those guys growing up together and sticking together through their 20s and 30s. It's um, maybe a little bit of a gap in the generations. Just not as many 20-somethings staying involved with the same passion that maybe we did 20 years ago. So
I got some video of you pitching on the mound here, and you guys won that game against Sudbury 16-3, I believe.
yeah.
It wasn't a great game that way. I know you guys went through the lineup one inning. It was just they had some pitching problems, but you seem to be doing fairly well, except for I think one or two homers hit off you. I'm not sure. I lost track.
Well, go ahead if you want to play the video, but just a reminder that Veterans Field, the fence is 290 down the line and comes in a bit to center. So a 50-year-old on the mound giving up a 292-foot ball. I'm okay with that. That's a long out in most parks, but it's I'm happy to give up a home run at Veterans Field. I've given up many over the years, so it was good to be back out there on the mound with Louis Reese crouched behind the dish calling strikes. He called a perfect game, actually. No missed calls. Lots of fun being out there on the field and throwing strikes. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, Louis did pretty good. I think the young guy might have needed some glasses there on the bases, but he was doing well, and it didn't really change the game too much. Although it took some wind out of the sails on the Sudbury guys. But no, I like how you put that, Kenny, because when I was talking to you on the side, it almost sounded like you're feeling bad for the other team's batters weren't having a chance. So, giving them a little bit of something to go home with, right? You wouldn't want to see them sitting there and not getting able to bat, right?
Yeah, it's old timers or whatever, senior rec baseball. So pitchers are not blowing anybody away. If you're up there on the mound, you're going to get hit. You expect to get hit. You want to put the ball in play. So that's why we're there. I want to make sure everyone gets to hit. Even though it's a blowout, it would suck to show up to play ball and you don't even get to bat because the mercy rule.
There's some really good teams there, from what I could tell. The Windsor team looked fairly good. Mississauga, did they win?
Mississauga won.
Yeah.
They beat Windsor, I believe, in the final.
Yeah. And there was a team from Bowmanville. It was pretty good.
Yeah, Bowmanville had a pretty decent team. That would have been a good semifinal that they had Sunday morning. I guess Mississauga won it. So I pitched against that Mississauga group. There's a winter baseball in Milton in the dome, kind of like the dome at Canadore. So same thing. I was giving up shots all over the place in winter ball because it's like a ground rule. We use a modified ball, but it's only 190 feet to the top to a home run, whatever. But there's a pretty dedicated group, I would say. A lot of teams and players down here know each other. Mississauga, Bowmanville, Burlington. There's teams in Brampton. Usually when you go out to tournaments, you see a lot of the same guys, same players, same teams. So there's quality ball in abundance in down here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Maybe not quality, but just
There's quantity.
yeah. A lot of guys who play the tournaments are the same guys you see. They're pretty passionate about baseball.
But to the point that we were talking about earlier, like it's one thing to get guys to come out and play pickup. It's another thing to get people to give up the weekend drive. I mean, we all know it's an amazing time when you do it, but finding time in busy schedules, or if you're chasing your kids all over the province, like playing ball in the summer too, it makes it hard to find time for the parents. So what would you equate the level of the league that you guys are in? Like, are there guys that are coming after playing like some inter-county ball, or are there kids who have finished their, playing junior and things just kind of coming in, or just everybody just sort of finds their way there?
Well, a bit of both. There are inter-county experienced players in our league, but our league is over 30. So a lot of maybe the inter-county experience was from the early 2000s, like 15, 20 years ago, which is not to say that everyone still can hit, everyone can play ball, but pitching wise, there's no more flamethrowers throwing 80, 85 at our age. But there are a lot of good hitters, players with good, baseball experience. And what you were saying about finding a group that will give up a weekend to go to tournaments. A couple of those guys on Mississauga, like I play with we do a tournament in Kingston every year at Labor Day. He comes with us, and we're in the parking lot Saturday night after our game, and he's like, "Hey, you guys going to Kingston again this year?" So there's that. There's you see a lot of familiar faces. A lot of guys know each other, and you're on the field together in whatever circumstance. So that's what I like about baseball.
Yeah, you got that time to sort of, guy gets on base, you get to have a little chat, you get to catch up, warming up together, and it's great to see everybody. And I just hope for those kids that are growing up right now experiencing it, that they understand what an amazing thing that is to carry on in your adult life, because you need those friendships. You need that ability to just vent in the dressing room after, or have a pop and, talk about life. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to get to know the city. I'm at a job here in Burlington. I started in 2023, and it's just 15 minutes from Hamilton, Burlington. But the first thing I did when I got a job here in Burlington was I registered for this Burlington Old Timers Hockey Club, which is, if you can look it up, there's 8 different divisions. There's like 1,000 players they put in the same caliber. You play a 45 game season. You get to know everybody in the league. So it's a great way of networking, like getting to know people. And it's the same with, if you're in North Bay, I know so many players who have, graduated from junior or the Lakers and got involved with the THL or with different groups that have ice regularly, and you get to know people in town through hockey. So it's a good way to network.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally attest to that. The number of people I met, and it was always nice too for me. A little confusing because everybody generally knew what the goalie's name was because they were either yelling it out because I wasn't there on time or trying to get a hold of me to fill in for someone else's. But you'd walk in that room and you just got to meet so many different people and, all kinds of walks of life, which is, I think, the coolest part talking after the games. Like, everybody did different jobs. You get different perspectives on, even just things that are happening in the community. They might have a different opinion or some background on it, and being able to listen to that and give that perspective made a big difference. So
Yeah, it's always you can take the pulse of the community, kind of like when Dave Dale was at the Nugget and he used to go get his hair cut by Ray the barber, get a pulse of what's going on before every election. It's the same in hockey dressing rooms. You can get a sense of what people are talking about, what's going on in life.
Yeah, no, you find those places and people in the community, and it's that person to person contact that makes it really worthwhile. And you get the most out of that for sure. What kind of work are you doing right now, Kenny?
It's an industrial air filtration shop or outfit in Burlington. We're called Air Separation Technologies. We supply aftermarket filters. We supply dust collectors. We have a mechanical team, a mechanical shop, engineering outfit. So we do a lot of turnkey jobs, industrial, food processing, mining, auto manufacturing. We're doing a lot of projects involving basically indoor air quality, dust collectors and air filtration. So it's pretty niche and it's pretty busy.
And what's your role there at the facility?
So I'm in the shop. We have a warehouse, we have a shop, we have an office with 15 to 20 people. I'm looking after home base. I look after our facility, and I handle freight coming in, orders coming in, freight going out. Look after the maintenance around our property. Basically, facility manager and looking after orders, shipping, receiving. I do some stuff for the website. You can't take the writer and editor out of me. I'm kind of becoming like a go-to guy for newsletters and communications with our clients. So I like that part of it. It's good.
Do you still follow MLB? I got my Detroit Tigers hat on, so.
I would have liked to have seen Tarek Skubal pitch the other day. That's if you got a Tigers hat on, that's it's going to be a growing trend, I think, in the next few years. I got a good team. I do follow MLB. Everyone does through fantasy baseball and whatnot, but I've been, I've been to Yankee Stadium a couple years ago. We went to San Fran on our honeymoon, caught a game there. So, you can't, if you're a baseball fan, you're a fan for life. I always will follow baseball.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're more of a fan than me. I'm kind of I jump on bandwagons whenever they're driving by. But I enjoy the game. I always love baseball. Just not a stats guy. Like when you were a sports editor, man, that was you and Jordan Ursett were two guys that did it seriously. I always appreciated what it takes to really do sports well, and you guys did it well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think any job, if you have a passion for what you do, you have a good work ethic, you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And my time in North Bay, I was really happy, I guess, to be involved in the community, but also very passionate about making sure stories are told and things don't slip through the cracks, so to speak, make sure there's coverage where coverage is deserved. It was a lot of fun getting out there in the community, not just hockey and baseball, but everything, football, high school sports, you name it. I enjoyed being a part of it, and it was um, it was a job, but it was very enjoyable for 10 years.
Well, I've said it before in many conversations, and like that's kind of how I first met you was, seeing you coming out of the car with the lens, taking the photos, putting those amazing galleries online for the kids, and really, like you said, documenting what happened. And Dave and I talk about this on the podcast, like that's lost these days. Like these kids are doing more than they ever have, and the parents are more involved, but something's being lost about tracking it or, covering the stories and being able to see the game action. And I don't know, it's not really a question. It's just, I just feel like it's something that's happened. Do you notice that down south? Like that it's just the local reporting of news has just been left to the teams to do it themselves?
Yep. Just an example, a couple months ago here, uh, you would never know it, but the Allen Cup was here late April up at Flamborough. Or if something like that was in North Bay, I'd be Johnny on the spot. I'd be at the rink all day, at the office all night. We'd be all over it, and just things like that. Like it's kind of hard to track high school sports in Hamilton and Burlington. There's a few powerhouse schools, strong football programs, and basketball is pretty healthy, but it's not very known in the community. Other than schools and parents and whatnot, there's just not that same following for minor sports and high school sports, and even junior hockey and baseball to some extent. Other than parents and family members, there's it's hard to generate interest, I guess.
Yeah, we don't seem to celebrate enough of what's local. Or maybe want to watch what's on TV and see that, but sometimes you got that in-house entertainment, community, all those things that but you got to promote it. Got to find a way to get people to come out.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of fun though. North Bay was, every day, fall, summer, winter, spring. There's always something going on, and even during the quiet times when there wasn't something going on, that's when you can tell the good stories. Like come up with some features of just some of the prominent local athletes or people who have had a legacy. Just catch up with a lot of people who've had impact in sports. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, North Bay is great for that. Anybody that comes here can really embed themselves in the community and through effort and by doing things and getting involved, and you can be embraced by the community, and you certainly prove that. And it's missed for sure. What do you have plans for in the future?
As far as sports or my life, or
your life, or anything coming up?
Well, I just turned 50 years old. I'm still very active in hockey and baseball, and just staying active. That's how I stay active. I don't.
Yeah, we talked about that. As soon as you get to a point where you stop getting active, people fold up like cheap lawn chairs, right?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the end comes pretty quickly if once you stop playing. You can fall off a cliff, so to speak, in terms of mobility and ability. But as far as my life, that's what I was married 2 years ago to my wife, Carly. We just got a new dog a month ago. So that's new. That's something I haven't been doing for a couple of years now. I'm getting 20,000 steps a day. I wake up and walk my dog for 20 minutes in the morning, go home after work, little walk, and then in the evening probably get out for an hour. Get to know the neighborhood, and that's something I enjoy every day. Something, I guess, new for I haven't been doing that for the last couple of years. But my plan is always to be active, stay active, whether that means playing beer league hockey 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week. I probably have to slow down that way, but I was 2 years ago, I was coaching U15 AA, and my friend Paul, who I coached with at that time, kind of has it in my ear. Might have to be on standby this year. There's a team that they might need a coach, or maybe take that group next year. So I'll I'll probably be back coaching the next couple of years. I am kind of like Louis Reese and Dave Sad. I'm umpiring kids baseball in Stony Creek. I've been doing that the last 3 years. It's great to get out on the field and be with kids, calling balls and strikes and showing them where to stand in the batter's box and that kind of stuff. So I enjoy that. I'll always be involved.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I didn't hear you talking about coaching kids, and I always thought you should. Like you got great energy, you got great knowledge, you're athletic. That's what kids need. Somebody that's actually done a little bit of what you're talking about, right? So, and you've always had that. You've always been good with kids, right? So that's. I'm glad to hear that you're umping and coaching. They should be happy to have you.
Yeah, and I am happy to get involved. The group that we had, the U15 Huskies, it was a COVID year. We were a AA squad, but that was in 2022. The season took a 6-week break at Christmas because of COVID. So we split and we became an A division club instead of AA. That's how the 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 alliance is what we were. That's how they split up the division when things resumed in February. So we went on to we won our alliance, or actually we lost in triple overtime, but we went to the OHFs and we won the OHFs A, Hamilton Huskies, U15. So great experience with that group of parents and kids. And so I would think I'll be at some point getting more involved at the rinks as a coach, and not so much as a beer leaguer showing up at 10:30 when the Zamboni's got 2 laps left, waiting to get on the ice.
Well, that's cool. That's you can do your workouts with the young guys there, and you can keep your exercise up that way. And no doubt you'll be able to keep your social life going with all the other guys like yourself that are coaching, and the parents. And yeah, that's perfect for you there, Kenny. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll hopefully if that pans out, we'll have. It looks like it'll be a U11 team, so maybe we'll have them for a couple of years. We'll have to see. I'm not a head coach. I have my friend Paul Cannon, who I went to university with. I've known him for 30 years. He's down here in Hamilton now. He got me involved in coaching a few years ago, so I'll hopefully get back to that soon.
Well, we're going to wrap it up, but I want you to have the opportunity. You're speaking to the people of North Bay. A lot of people know you. You're a pretty famous guy. What would you like to say to the viewers about your life, your time, and got anything to say?
Yeah, if I haven't already said it, my time in North Bay was really enjoyable. Met a lot of great people through sports. It was always great to be active and involved in rec leagues, playing hockey and baseball, but also the sports community. If there's one thing I miss, it's just being there for everything that was going on with high school sports and up at the university. There was a lot of growth in um, post-secondary sports up at Nipissing and Canadore. Just being involved in the community. There's so many great people who put in a lot of time to make things happen. Often don't get the recognition, but and it's not just coaches. There's officials, there's referees, umpires, football officials. Everyone in the sports community is needed to make the sports community what it is. So I do miss that about North Bay for sure. The people always. It was always a great time to be out and about, no matter the circumstance, wherever it was enjoyable.
I do need to clarify one point that was brought up earlier. How many years in a row did you win the ball hockey championship?
The John Lois Cup that's the name of the trophy. It was on my mini beer fridge in the basement on Galt Street, probably like 3 years in a row. I used to have a hot tub in the basement down there, and all the beer caps went into the trophy for like 3 years in a row. I would say probably 4 or 5 years. We had a pretty good team. We won, but there was a lot of good teams in that league. I played 11 years of ball hockey. Fun times. Good workout. People who know me know that was always my favorite sport, ball hockey. I used to love it. It's such a great workout, and I was getting into my 30s and mid 30s at the time, so it was a challenge to keep up with the 20-year-olds. But I
think you
went
met
out.
that challenge, and I think you actually, it was a bit more of a challenge for the 20-year-olds to keep up with you. Taught them a bit of a lesson of what it was like when you don't have to glide.
Yeah, so maybe I left at the right time, because I probably would have not lasted at that pace. I don't think it's pretty hard on the body.
Well, I know you're a big stats guy, and I'm just trying to figure out whether Jeffrey Jordan's team won. I know they won 3 in a row for sure. I'm not sure about 4, but we're going to have to check the stats here, man.
Yeah, the John Lois Cup. I would give Andy Vitunsky a call. He'd have all the info.
He's the Pete Hanley of ball hockey.
Yeah, he would know for sure.
Well, thanks for being available for this interview. It was nice to have a beer with you there after the game. It was cool to talk to you, and hope you bring up one of those teams for tournaments up here, and we'll see you again, no doubt.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't my last time on the mound in North Bay. I've been telling the guys, we got to go back. We got to go back. It's a good tournament. We got to go back. So hopefully next summer, I'll have a group up there. If not, maybe I'll be a hobo and hang out at the side of the water with my thumb out. Hey, you guys going to North Bay? I want to go play in that tournament. So
well, that's the other guy I should check the stats with. We just had Hank that retired from the Nugget, right? So he would know. He would know everything.
Yeah, I don't think ball hockey though, because he was always at the soccer field. He had every stat available for men's soccer over at Veterans Field, but I don't think he kept tabs on ball hockey the way Andy Vitunsky would have all of it.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. All right, well, have a good day, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Take care, Prags.